Tom Brady is 0-19 on deep passes in his last 4 games. So just look at the difference here from the first 7 games of the year to weeks 8 through 11. Brady has 3 picks on deep passes in that span. Let's bring in the guys for this one. James Jones, D'Angelo Hall, and Maurice Jones-Drew with me now. D-Hall, I assume your DB senses must have been going off last night watching this game. I mean, Brady has 9 interceptions so far this year. Bruce Arians, by the way, guys, saying today that it's not a lack of confidence there for Brady, but rather a lack of continuity with a little mix of some confusion there on coverages. So, D-Hall, what is your take on what's going on with Brady?
You know what, MJ? I fought the temptation for weeks, and you know, JJ would probably even say years to dispute the fact that Tom Brady is done. And when I watch this film, it's hard for me to argue that he's not done. Tom Brady was the GOAT, and to see Tom just drop back and just throw the ball up. Look, I've got a lot of interceptions in my day. I played Tom Brady a couple times. Never got an interception from Tom Brady. When you talk about watching Tom methodically pick apart a defense, I didn't see that last night. And, you know, every coach wants their quarterback to be this or be that. I know Carson Wentz is taking a lot of heat. But if you got a dude like Tom Brady who's out here looking like this with all the talent that he has around him, I don't expect any quarterback, in the National Football League to have a continued success as they get up in years. Because as you see with Tom Brady, man, something is definitely wrong. And, man, if I knew what was wrong, I'd call the man and let him know.
Well, I'll say this, D-Hall. It's not necessarily that Tom Brady's bad, right? Let's look at the track record of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what Bruce Arians likes to do. When he was with Indianapolis with Andrew Luck, 30 INTs, right? They're taking shots down the field. They get a lot of sacks in that offense. And what happened last night, as I called the game, was that the Rams' defense is really good. And when the Bucs play really good defenses, i.e. the Saints or the Chicago Bears, they tend to struggle because Tom Brady's a guy that likes to get the ball out quick. The reason you weren't getting those INTs is because it's always 3-step drops, that he's throwing the ball under 10 yards when he was with the Patriots. Now look at him. Everything is over 10 yards, 12 to 15. He has to hold the ball a little bit longer. That allows the pressure to get to him. And then get on top of that, it's hard when you don't know if you're not seeing the field the same way as a wide receivers. I was with JJ in Oakland, and the time and the effort that you put in with Matt Schaub and Derek Carr paid off. They didn't have that time. So as he's still learning, I'm not going to say he's done. I'm not going to say he's done, but he is struggling a lot, and he's struggling against some top-notch defenses.
Well, Drew, you're in denial just like D. Hall was in denial weeks ago when I said that Tom Brady was struggling and was done. Drew, I understand that this is a shot offense and it's about taking shots down the field. But Tom ain't throwing the ball to nobody, Drew. Some of these interceptions, like D. Hall said, are plays that really young quarterbacks are supposed to make, not the Tom Brady that we're used to seeing. Tom has lost it. And it's clear as day, as when you put on the film, it's clear as day, Drew. It's on the film. It's way too many playmakers around him for you to sit here, Drew, and give Tom Brady, the GOAT, the guy that has 6 Super Bowl rings, to give him all those excuses. Because that's what they did for him last year in New England. He doesn't have the weapons. And then he came into Tampa with all these weapons, and everybody said it's going to change, and it's the same. And the only thing that stayed the same was Tom.
Listen, he just scored 46.
We did not see this Tom Brady last year. We didn't see this Tom Brady last year continue to put the ball in harm's way. Like, I heard somebody say it's been no difference between Tom and Jameis for the most part. Tom is dropping back, throwing balls. It's almost like Tom is in the huddle saying, hey, B, this one coming to you, man. Hey, Mike Evans, this one's coming to you. Like, Tom exploited matchups when he was in New England. That's what made them so effective. I'm not beating my head against a brick wall going against Jalen Ramsey. No, sir. When I got all these other one-on-one matchups that I can go to. And you saw at points in this game, he did go to some of those one-on-one matchups. MJD, you're a little bit of a homer now. The Rams defense is really good, but it was guys open. This was Tom Brady's, to me, just downpour on what we thought we were going to get on this primetime game.
I'll end it with this. He struggles against good defenses. He just put up 46 last week against the Carolina Panthers. We can't say that he's done, even though he's going to miss passes, because we all know if you're in the first year, JJ, you can say shake your head all you want to. When we were in Oakland, we were missing stuff, and you know this. It takes time to build that camaraderie. I'm not saying that he's going to be New England, but he's not.
I know, but you're sitting here
better than half the league.
You're sitting here fighting for Tom, saying that he's terrible against good defenses. I mean, what we gonna grade him off all the bad teams he played? You gotta beat the good teams.
There's a lot of people that play bad defense.
I want you guys at home to understand that this has been going on all day. It's not just when the cameras come on, but this is why I love these guys, because they do not mince words. Don't worry, we're going to get into a whole lot more coming up a little later. Guys, just sit tight for now. Thank you.